lot of you aren't making change because you don't think it's possible. I just put that together recently. I had so much pushback from people like, oh well, like that's not like I'm not capable of that. So it's disbelief, right? That's what it is. And what's happening, what I've seen happening in over and over, right? It's the same pattern. It's a fear that you can't pull the thing off, which then makes your ego want to overcomplicate the situation so that you can pretend that it's over your head. Because then at that point you can go, well, it's just like not in my skill set. Like it has nothing to do with me doing the work and that's what I'm avoiding. It's that the thing is just actually not possible. If the thing's not possible, you can give up, and it's not even really giving up. It's just like, oh well, like it just didn't work and I tried, and just a ton of weak speech. So I've been thinking more and more about this. Like, let me explain it to you in a simple way. Because really what's happening is that a lot of you guys don't understand change because it's been so long since you've done it. It's like something you don't understand. You actually don't understand it. You know, it's just like calculus. Like, you don't understand calculus until you're taught what calculus is. Then you practice it a little bit and you go, oh, these formulas actually do work. And then you know calculus. It doesn't happen by just going like, oh, I want to know calculus. It's like you need to learn the thing. So let me simplify change for you guys, since you're overcomplicating it to let yourself off of the hook. This is as simple as it is. This will be more scientific than my philosophical rants typically are. So you have a behavior, right? You have a behavior that's something about you that ails you, right? It bothers you. That's how you know what things you should change, by the way, is by the fact that it bothers you. That's why I keep telling you guys an insecurity is a good thing, right? That's actually where you need to focus your attention. That doesn't mean you're terrible. You need to completely forgive yourself for the behavior first, so that you're not going like, oh, like beating up on yourself. Because if you're beating up on yourself, you're not going to have the motivation to change. You're going to keep getting discouraged, right? So step one, right? Pinpoint the behavior and the thing that ails you. I always say, what I teach people is self-discipline, leads to self-trust, and then you start getting self-honesty, right? Because you have to be very honest about insecurities. And a lot of people are so avoidant that they won't even admit that. So you have to get over the denial piece first, and you have to start going, I actually want to change some things, right? But this is where everyone quits, because they go, I actually don't know how to change a behavior because they don't understand it. Let me explain it in the most simple scientific way I can think of. You have actions, a behavior that's getting this desired result, undesired result. That would be the thing that you want to change, right? The behaviors that you're doing now fuel the continuous habit that you want to get rid of. So you need to figure out what are the things in the way that are contributing to the negative behavior. So that's the analytical part. That's the self-mastery part. That's the introspection. Like, I wonder why I keep doing this thing, even though I know this is something that I don't want in my life anymore. And you have to start thinking about what are the things that lead to the outcome. The behaviors lead to the undesired outcome. Like, take exercise, for example. You're like, well, I'm fat. And the outcome is based on behaviors. So you need to pinpoint those behaviors, right? The ones that are contributing to you staying stuck where you are or even getting worse. Simple as that. You go, oh, well, it's overeating. I don't plan my meals. I don't track my macros at all. I haven't exercised in 6 years. Then you go, oh, cool. That's what it is. The eating would be a behavior that you need to get rid of. So we always talk about the removal process. So you figure out what ails you and pains you, and you go, these behaviors are getting this outcome. Change is in the middle, and you have the desired outcome over here. I would like to stop this behavior and get this new behavior over here. I would like to lose 40 pounds. I would like to be more healthy. I would like to feel better in my body. I would like to be more fit. I would like to look at myself in the mirror and feel good about myself. That's the desired outcome. You have to remove the behaviors that are keeping you where you are. That's the removal process, the things you have to give up and quit, impulse control and temperance. Then you have the new behaviors and habits that you have to start to get the desired result. And change is the process, right? It takes discipline. It takes commitment. It takes consistency. It takes removing those things, takes consistency, discipline, commitment. Starting the new hard habit takes discipline, consistency, commitment. That's why you have to be tracking and you have to be accountable. That's why coaching helps so many people, because there's an external thing that's keeping you a little bit more accountable. So it's harder to quit. You need to put things in the way of you quitting. The other thing I need you guys to understand, when I say commitment, if you really want to change something, this undesired outcome over here, it has to be painful. You have to admit that it's painful enough that the pain is larger than the resistance that will be linked in the middle part during the actual effort to get the thing. That the pain is larger than the resistance that it will take to achieve the desire. That's another reason a lot of you guys are quitting consistently. You get halfway through the starting process and you go, well, I don't think I want it bad enough. And what I'm saying is, if you start with, I want this so bad I would do anything, if you really do the self-trust and self-honesty part full force, you go, this actually just really, really is painful to me. This is like legitimately such a sore spot that I need to do this, because I know that this desired outcome over here, the changed behavior, is so important to me, because the pain on this side is so important, that the resistance in the middle won't make me quit. That's why commitment is so important. So just think about it that way. I was thinking about that lately. A lot of you guys don't understand change. You've never learned it. So you consistently fail at actually running the program and the formula because you don't know what it looks like. You don't have the right mindset on it. So you go in it in just like the complete backwards way, right? And then of course you're going to fail. It would be no different than anything else that you don't understand and don't know. Hit me up if you need anything. I appreciate every one of you. So many of you guys are like straight crushing it. And I am so grateful and appreciative when I get to look at somebody make change and just be like so proud of the work that they've put in, and getting to see how proud they are of themselves, like how proud they become when they've pulled off this thing that took that effort in the middle. Hit me up if you need anything, for real.